Over the last couple of weeks, the two main things impacting on financial markets have been geopolitics, the Middle East conflict, Israel and Iran trading blows, and also economic data, and more specifically in the US, where the US economy is proving to be more resilient than the market would have expected. Certainly if we think back 6 or so months ago to where we are now, the US economy is proving to be, as I say, more resilient, which is pushing out timing of interest rate cuts. So the US Federal Reserve and the expectation of them cutting rates has probably been pushed out to the back end of this year now, whereas probably only a few weeks ago would have been closer to the middle of this year. Time will tell as to actually what occurs. Economic data changes pretty quickly, but the timing of rate cuts is pretty influential on equity markets. So the equity market, when it becomes more certain around the timing, will perform better. But just with the data more recently has meant that there's been a little bit of a pullback in equity markets. And that's flowed through around the globe, really, with the US being pretty influential in terms of all markets. Closer to home, thinking about news flow here, it's a pretty quiet time. Next month in May, we have companies that have March period ends reporting their results. And so, there's always a bit of a lull ahead of that. But two things that have popped up recently. Air New Zealand, they've downgraded their earnings. Probably not a big surprise there. They're calling out the domestic route being pretty tough, with leisure travellers and corporates and the government as well, being down, and also strong competition on their North American route. As I say, earnings downgrade from them, and also Ryman, who had a downgrade a month or so, maybe 2 months ago now. They announced that their CEO is leaving, and that adds to Oceania as well in the retirement space, who have their CEO leaving as well. So a bit of a gap at the top level for two key retirement sector names, and so it'll be interesting to see how those spots are filled.